21 minutes past 9 o'clock. You're just right in time for KUTV State of the Nation. This is the 19th day of November, the year 2024. Indeed, it's a day that a lot has happened from the signing of performance contract. With it came a very stern warning from the head of state, telling the public service to either shape up or shape out. That was a clear message. And all the way in Woodley, it's a night of terror for 43 victims who will be forced to spend a night in the cold. That and many more in our subsequent bulletin tonight. But first thing first, our top stories. Tonight, shape up or ship out. Ruto fire warning to CSS to deliver on their mandate or risk going home. We owe you nothing. National Treasury maintains that it does not owe counties money as counties threaten to shut down operations. Also tonight, the budgeted ghost schools. Residents of Bonchari cry fall over blunted misuse of NGCDF funds for non-existent schools. Plus, the 50-50 affairs. Harambee Stars share a spoil with Namibia in the AFCON 2025 qualifiers.
This is KUTV Primetime News with Auma Evans.
Alright, tonight I'm not alone. I'm in full backup of the ever-competent Lucy Kiare as our sign language interpreter tonight. Remember, you can join us or you can talk to us on all of our social media platforms. We are coming to you live on YouTube at KUTV News Live. You can tweet us on X at KUTV_Kenya at Auma Evans, the hashtag to use State of the Nation. So tonight we begin the State of the Nation with the latest. Residents of Woodley Estate will spend the night in the cold following the demolition of 43 residential houses last night. This comes after the 90-day evacuation notice lapsed on the midnight of 19th November this year. The houses were brought down despite efforts by the Residents Association, including veteran broadcaster Sammy Louis, launching complaints citing lack of involvement in the decision-making process prior to the demolition. The evictions are to pave way for the construction of the new structure as part of Nairobi County's development projects. Alright, now let's switch gears to something else. Now, President William Ruto today read the Riot Act to his cabinet secretaries, issuing a stern warning to the non-performing public servant in his administration to either shape up or ship out. As Ochieng Cynthia explains in the following report, the warning was issued during the signing of performance contract at State House, Nairobi.
Cabinet secretaries and principal secretaries converged today at State House, Nairobi for the signing of the ministerial performance contract. This being the second time contracts are signed in the Kenya Kwanza government. President Ruto highlighted that at the end of the 2024-2025 financial year, each CS will receive a performance report card reflecting their ministry's achievement. He noted that the scorecard will carry recognition, rewards and sanctions which will be applied without fail. In his speech, Ruto affirmed that excellence, integrity and efficiency will be rewarded as failure, negligence and waste will invite instant corrective actions.
I fully expect to see continuous improvement in responsiveness, efficiency and integrity of our officers collectively and individually. To ensure seamless implementation, the National Treasury will disburse available budgetary allocations on time. Lack of funds or delay in their release should not be an excuse for failure to serve citizens. I have also established an office to focus on performance and delivery management in the Executive Office of the President. Through this office, all MDS will be facilitated to quickly address performance deficiencies and oversee the timely implementation of corrective measures.
His deputy, Professor Kithure Kindiki, on the other hand, emphasized on accountability and transparency as cabinet secretaries execute their mandate, expressing his readiness to collaborate with colleagues to improve the government's performance and effectiveness.
We have to work harder, faster, more efficiently if we have to keep pace with a very vibrant democracy that our country has become. Your Excellency, I'm happy to be part of this, and I promise you from where I sit to support you and to work with all the other colleagues as you lead us to deliver a better Kenya, a more inclusive Kenya.
Prime Cabinet Secretary and Cabinet Secretary for Foreign and Diaspora Affairs Musalia Mudavadi has urged his fellow Cabinet Secretaries and Principal Secretaries to be honorable and diligent in their service to Kenyans and the nation.
As we execute our mandate, we exercise extreme humility. We also exercise integrity. And we also acknowledge that the focus must be on performance and delivery as you have assigned us in our various portfolios.
The contract is an agreement between the President and the Cabinet Secretaries that clearly specifies their mutual performance obligations, intentions, and responsibilities. This is to ensure that efficient and effective service are delivered to Kenyans in line with the provisions of the Constitution. Ochieng Cynthia for KUTV News.
Meanwhile, the National Treasury has confirmed disbursement of 158 billion shillings to county governments for the months of arrears of June, July, August, September, and October, insisting that the national government does not owe counties any money, begging the question, who is fooling who? This announcement comes just shortly after governors on Monday threatened to shut down operations across the counties over delay by the National Treasury in releasing county funds, as Theo Masharia now reports.
Amidst threats to bring all counties to a halt over claims of delayed disbursement of funds, the National Treasury now maintains that it does not owe counties any money.
We do apologize for that, and of course that story will be coming to you later on. Now, residents of Bonchari constituency are up in arms over what they termed as blatant misuse of public funds by the National Government Constituency Development Fund, or if you prefer the acronym NGCDF. Allegations of financial improprieties and non-existent schools have sparked outrage, with locals calling for accountability. Our very own Brenda Nyongesa with the details.
Shocking revelations of alleged mismanagement of public funds have led Bonchari residents demanding answers from their National Government Constituency Development Funds managers and Area MP Dr. Charles Onchoke. The concerns stem from the Auditor's General Report dated August 13, 2024, which highlights questionable allocations by the National Government Constituency Development Funds. Residents were particularly incensed by the allocation of 3 million shillings to a purported Nyang'iti Secondary School, which according to them does not exist. Dennis Orioki, one of the residents, emphasized that the report is a public document intended for scrutiny by citizens to ensure transparency and proper use of funds.
Mambo na shule ya upili hapa inaitwa Nyang'iti, hatujawahi jua kama iko. Hivi majuzi ndo tumeona hiyo report ya Auditor General ikitoka kwamba kuna milioni 3 ambazo zimetolewa kwa hii shule ambayo ni Nyang'iti Secondary ama ya upili ya Nyang'iti. Hapa karibu shule ambazo ziko hapa za upili ni yenye iko eneo bunge la Bobasi ambayo ni Nyamonema. Ni jukumu la halmashauri ya NGCDF ambayo inashughulikia masuala hayo ieleze kinaga ubaga kwamba hizo fedha zilienda wapi.
Another resident, Samuel Nyakina, pointed out a similar anomaly, citing the allocation of funds to a so-called Etange Primary School in Bobariba, which he claimed is imaginary. Nyakina also expressed frustration over delays in completing CDF-funded projects, urging the fund managers to ensure taxpayers get value for their money.
Report hiyo inazungumzia shule moja ya upili katika wadi ya Bobariba. Shule ya msingi inaitwa Etange. Shule hiyo hata ukienda kwenye rekodi za serikali hautaipata. Fedha ambazo zinatumwa na serikali kuu kuja kwenye eneo bunge letu zina faida gani? Maswali ni mengi. Miradi ambayo inakisiwa kuwa inafadhiliwa na CDF ya Bonchari, hiyo miradi inachukua muda mrefu.
Felix Gwaro, a member of Nyang'iti Primary Schools Board, defended the MP, alleging that the Auditor General's report might have been manipulated to tarnish his reputation.
Ripoti tumeangalia iko, lakini nilipoongea na mwenyekiti wa shule ya Nyang'iti leo, aliniambia hiyo ripoti imekuwa edited. Sasa mimi namsubiri akuje na ile ripoti sahihi yenye haiko edited ndio tujue ukweli ni gani.
As tension continues to brew, residents are now calling on their leaders to come clean and restore public confidence in the management of the devolved funds. Brenda Nyongesa, KUTV.
All right, from Kisii County, now to Nairobi. It's a blow to President William Ruto after the Archbishop of Nairobi, Philip Anyolo, rejected his donation of 2.6 million shillings, which he offered on Sunday when he attended a mass service at Catholic Church in Soweto, in the nation's capital, Nairobi. The Catholic Church claims that the president's donation, along with that of his allies, violated the provisions of the Public Fundraising Appeals Bill of 2024.
President William Ruto's government has continued to face setback from the church despite the once good relationship that spearheaded his rise to power in the 2022 elections. The recent blow to President William Ruto's relationship with the church is the latest move by the Archdiocese of Nairobi of rejecting the 2.6 million donation offered by President William Ruto and Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja during the Sunday Mass at the Soweto Catholic Church in Nairobi. Led by Philip Anyolo, the Archbishop of the Archdiocese of Nairobi, the church issued a statement saying that the donation violated Section 10 of the Public Fundraising Appeals Bill of 2024. The rejection of the donations comes after the Kenya Conference of Catholic Bishops criticized President Ruto's government of poor governance occasioned by the rise of abduction cases and complaints from Kenyans. The bishops called on the government to stop misleading Kenyans and resolve political divisions, end corruption, respect human rights, and ensure access to health insurance services.
Let us not create problems where there are none. We have matters of national concern, such as the crumbling CBC education system, health care services, reconstitution of the IEBC, a huge block of educated but unemployed youth, and fighting the monster of corruption, among others.
The very helpless, many Kenyans, many who are dying, many who are getting lost, some who have died or some who have gone missing and cannot be accounted for. We cannot live in a country where human life is treated like the life of a chicken. This is what we are trying to raise. And we shall continue voicing this out, that the lives of people living within the borders of our country are protected as per the...
Other denominations have also joined the Catholic Church in criticizing the government, but the president seems to be unmoved. Kenyans are now waiting to see whether the Soweto Church will return the president's donation as instructed.
Rather than lament about a not so working NHIF, an NHIF that has bills dating 10 years, 15 years. We've decided to correct that situation. And I promise you, we will confound the naysayers. We will succeed. This country will not fail. This great nation that God has given us will succeed.
Blue Smile Hassan, KUTV.
All right, thank you, Blue Smile Hassan, for that comprehensive reporting. And that story takes us to a very fast break here on the State of the Nation. Remember, when you come back, plenty more to follow after the break. See you in a while.
Katika maisha yetu ya leo, wakulima na jamii nyingi kwa ujumla wanakumbatia teknolojia mbalimbali na kilimo hai ili kuondoa magonjwa sugu na kuongeza usalama na utoshelevu wa chakula. Mbolea asili imepunguza asidi kwenye udongo na kuongeza mavuno chungu nzima. Wajua tuko shambani, na humu shambani pia kuna ng'ombe, kuna kuku, na wanaacha uchafu wao. Na huo uchafu si wa kutupwa, ni wa kutumika katika kilimo kama mbolea. Kwa sababu mimea hii imekuwa kutumia mbolea ya hawa wanyama. Wakulima mbalimbali wamekumbatia teknolojia ili kuokoa gharama ya ukulima na kutumia nafasi zilizopo katika mashamba yao.
Hi, my name is Stella Tioi.
Jina langu naitwa Okemwa Mokwa James.
This is Mandela Gaya.
Ugonjwa ulipokuja ulichukua siku 3 ukaniweka in coma. 20 wamezikwa, 2 ndio wako hai.
I don't even know how it feels to see.
I feel like I cannot express myself well the way somebody who can walk can actually express themselves.
Ilichukua muda mwingi mrefu tena mpana ili kuikubali kwamba mimi siwezi tembea tena.
I've come to actually accept myself.
Ukijaribu kumsimamisha mtu umwambie tafadhali nionyeshe njia,
they find it quite strange talking to you.
You should just make schools integrated,
inclusive setups,
by providing the right facilities.
Ni nguzo na uso wa jamii. Kupanda shuka akawa tuzo, ukakamavu wake ukatii na kumfanya mwenye bidii. Kwa machozi na makeke akabaini jinsi ya kuweni. Huyu ni mwanamke ngangari kwa jinsi alivyo ng'ari. Mimi ni mwanamke mwake. Usikose kutazama kipindi cha mwanamke mwake nami Caroline Kimweli.
You are watching KUTV Primetime News with Auma Evans.
All right, welcome back and thank you for choosing to stay with us. Remember, our social medias, our channels are open. You can talk to us on all of our social media platforms. We are coming to you live on YouTube at KUTV News. You can tweet us on X at KUTV_Kenya at Auma Events. The hashtag to use, State of the Nation. Now to our earlier story. Now the National Treasury has confirmed the disbursement of over 158 billion shillings to county governments for the month arrears of June, July, August, September and October insisting that the national government does not owe counties any money, begging the question, who is fooling who? This announcement comes just shortly after governors on Monday threatened to shut down operations across the counties over delayed by the National Treasury in the releasing county funds, as Theo Masharia now reports.
Amidst threats to bring all counties to a halt over claims of delayed disbursement of funds, the National Treasury now maintains that it does not owe counties any money.
So this talk that we have not transferred money, I want to repeat it. National Treasury, with all the financial constraints, today, as I speak, we have transferred all the money that should go to the counties up to the end of October. The only money we have not transferred is the money for November. Therefore, it should not be a crisis. They have the money from October going backwards. Let them go and pay salaries. Let them go and pay contractors. Let them make this country liquid. There is money for them. The country should know there is money with the counties up to the end of October. Let them come again and ask me for the month of November. In fact, even before they come, I will transfer the money for November. But saying that we have not transferred money, that is being mean to Treasury, and that is distortion of facts.
In a statement on its official X account, the National Treasury says that it had, as of November 18th, disbursed over 158 billion shillings to all the counties settling arrears for the months of June, July, August, September, and October. In the disbursement, the top 5 counties that received the largest allocation include Nairobi County, which got 8.2 billion shillings, Nakuru 5.5 billion shillings, Kakamega 5.2 billion shillings, Kiambu 5 billion shillings, and Bungoma 4.5 billion shillings. On the other hand, Lamu, Tharaka Nithi, and Elgeyo Marakwet County received the least amount of the allocations, standing at 1.3, 1.7, and 1.9 billion shillings respectively. Council of Governors Chairperson and Wajir Governor Ahmed Abdullahi on Monday warned that delay in the disbursement negatively affected service delivery in counties, including the matter of pending claims from the NHIF and Social Health Authority SHA, threatening to bring counties to a halt.
Counties are receiving 50% of the equitable share based on fiscal year 2023-24's allocation. That's previous year's allocation. This is just a stopgap measure that the Council of Governors sought to ensure continuity of operations in counties due to lack of a county allocation and revenue act.
As of Tuesday, the National Treasury confirmed that all payments except for the current month of November had been settled. Theo Masharia for KUTV.
Alright, from money matters to agriculture. Now, Kirinyaga Governor Anne Waiguru has reiterated her administration's commitment to supporting investors in various sectors to boost the country's economic growth. Speaking at the opening of NCBA Bank branch in Kirogoya, she emphasized the importance of collaboration between the county and investors, particularly in agriculture. Waiguru highlighted that the county will partner with banks to create programs supporting small and medium-sized enterprises.
Of NCBA in Kirinyaga is a testament to our collective vision for a prosperous future and for our county, and realization of commitment to growth, opportunity, and economic empowerment. You're thinking, where should you open a branch? I'm giving you the hints without telling you where. You know, for me, I need to get the votes from everywhere. You know, there are people who have been saying, Governor Namaliza, alafu anaenda nyumbani. No, I'm...
All right, now, Mahmoud Omar and Rashid Omar, the visionary brothers behind Momo Pencils, are defining sustainability with their eco-friendly, durable pencils made entirely from newspapers. As co-founders, they offer a unique glimpse into their innovative manufacturing processes, walking us through the 9 intricate stages that transforms newspaper into high-quality pencils. Along the way, they share the triumph and challenges of their 5-year entrepreneurial journey, driven by mission to create lasting legacy. Wanjohi Patrick filed this report from VOA from Nairobi, Kenya.
When you are done reading the newspaper, Mahmoud and Rashid Omar see a new beginning. The brothers, Mahmoud, an advertising expert, and Rashid, a specialist in clearing and forwarding, retired from their careers to launch Momo Pencils in Machakos, Kenya, where they transform recycled newspapers into eco-friendly pencils, says Mahmoud.
My partner came up with the idea and said that one of my co-founders said, you know, we can make pencils from newspapers. And it was a novel idea at that time. And we said, okay, I didn't know it was possible, but after we did our research and everything, we realized it's possible.
After extensive research, Mahmoud and Rashid traveled to China for training and brought specialized equipment needed to launch their pencil-making business. 5 years later, Momo Pencils founder say they can now produce up to 1 million pencils per month. It takes just 2 newspaper pages to make 3 pencils with 0 waste, using a 9-stage process to create the final product.
We paste the insert, we put the lid onto the newspaper, and roll it to the machine to get the cylindrical shape.
The pencils are laid out to dry in the sun. After drying, they are polished with sandpaper, followed by edge cutting. A finishing film is then applied, adding various appearances. Finally, the pencils go through the last stages of production.
Once we've done that, we go to the next, where we take it to the shrinking machine. Shrinking machine is where you bind the film onto the pencil. From there, we take it for sharpening, and then the last stage is packing.
Momo Pencils employ around 50 people and attracts most of its customers through its official website. Mahmoud says many customers are intrigued by the uniqueness of the recycled newspaper pencils and how they offer from traditional wooden pencils.
The difference is when you look at the aspect of the innovation, which is recycling, we are using newspapers instead of wood. Number 2, if you look at the quality, it's long-lasting and durable. And number 3 is a product made in Kenya.
Despite frequent economic challenges, Mahmoud and Rashid say they remain determined 5 years in to make history with their pencils. They say they hope to build a strong foundation for the future.
All right, that is innovation at its best. Now, a mass of plastic waste is blocking the turbines of a major hydroelectric dam in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, resulting in power outages as workers struggle to clean out plastic bottles and jerrycans. Diana Tor of Reuters has more.
Plastic bottles, jerry cans and other debris block this major hydroelectric dam in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. So much so that several cities are regularly suffering power cuts. Each day, cleaners attempt to extract the waste. But despite their efforts, the plastic accumulates, shutting down the dam's machinery for hours on end. That's having an impact here in the city of Bukavu. Metal worker Alex Mbalizi says regular power outages mean they can't weld, creating delays in completing orders. If only there was a way to clear out these bottles, he says, so we could have electricity. Didier Kabi is the provincial minister for the environment and the green economy. He outlined one potential solution while shoveling waste off the streets of Bukavu.
Requiring each household in Bukavu to join a waste collection organisation will ultimately allow us to assess to what extent, once each household collects its waste, these collection organisations can pick up the waste from households and transport it to disposal sites.
The problem is linked to an increased use of plastics, coupled with a lack of waste collection in the region. But back at the dam, surface cleaning is no longer enough. The waste has accumulated to a depth of 14 meters. And that means divers are now required to clean the riverbed if they want to prevent further blockages and blackouts.
All right, let's take yet another very short break. When we come back, up next, sports news.
Katika maisha yetu ya leo, wakulima na jamii nyingi kwa ujumla wanakumbatia teknolojia mbalimbali na kilimo hai ili kuondoa magonjwa sugu na kuongeza usalama na utoshelevu wa chakula. Mbolea asili imepunguza asidi kwenye udongo na kuongeza mavuno chungu nzima. Wajua tuko shambani, na humu shambani pia kuna ng'ombe, kuna kuku, na wanaacha uchafu wao. Na huo uchafu si wa kutupwa, ni wa kutumika katika kilimo kama mbolea. Kwa sababu mimea hii imekuwa kutumia mbolea ya hawa wanyama. Wakulima mbalimbali wamekumbatia teknolojia ili kuokoa gharama ya ukulima na kutumia nafasi zilizopo katika mashamba yao.
Hi, my name is Stella Tioi.
Jina langu naitwa Okemwa Mokwa James.
This is Mandela Gaya.
Ugonjwa ulipokuja ulichukua siku 3 ukaniweka in coma. 20 wamezikwa, 2 ndio wako hai.
I don't even know how it feels to see.
I feel like I cannot express myself well the way somebody who can walk can actually express themselves.
Ilichukua muda mwingi mrefu tena mpana ili kuikubali kwamba mimi siwezi tembea tena.
I've come to actually accept myself.
Ukijaribu kumsimamisha mtu umwambie tafadhali nionyeshe njia,
They find it quite strange talking to you.
We should just make schools integrated,
Inclusive setups.
by providing the right facilities.
Right, it's now time for sporty action. Now the national men's football team, Harambee Stars, played to a goalless draw against Namibia in their final Africa Cup of Nations qualification match held at Mokoba Stadium in South Africa, ending Kenya's hope of securing a spot in the continental tournament. Kenya currently sit third in the Group J with 6 points, trailing leaders Cameroon and Zimbabwe. The result comes days after Harambee Stars head coach Indian Ferrat criticized the Football Kenya Federation for its lack of organization, which he believes is the key reason why the Kenyan team did not qualify for the tournament. And Spain thrashed Switzerland 3-2 in the UEFA Nations League Group D match at Estadio Heliodoro Rodriguez Lopez to book a spot in the quarterfinals, while bottom side Switzerland bowed out of the competition, ending the group stage campaign with only 2 points. In other matches, Romania trumped over Cyprus 4-1 at the National Arena, while Portugal played to a 1-1 draw against Croatia at Paul Jude Stadium. In today's fixture, Germany will take on Hungary at Puska Arena Park, while Turkey will face Montenegro at Grandinski Stadium Nisik at 10:45 p.m. East African time. Right. Did you know actually it's Men's International Day? Well, happy International Day to all the fatherly figure, the brothers, and of course the heroes and the role models to many other generations, not only in Kenya but across the world, for your inspirational role that you play in terms of providing security, safety, your incredible, talented and vast experience when it comes to matters leadership and offering protection, which is very important and critical component in our daily life and struggle. Happy International Men Day to all fathers, brothers, and of course role model. That is all. We leave you with that. Many thanks for the men and women behind the scene and for all those who made this production a success. My good name is Auma Evans. Lucy Kiare has been a sign language interpreter tonight. Let's meet on Thursday by the grace of God, same place, same time. Until then, you have a lovely night.